Breaking news. Check this out. Cointelegraph posted that Bybit has bought about 266,000 Ethereum worth around $742 million after being hacked last week on Friday, according to data from Arkham. This is what we want to see a lot more of. And the odds are literally stacked against Ethereum. I have so much information I'm going to share with you in this video, but before I get to the charts, before I get to all the good stuff, what's up? My name is Aaron Dishner from The Better Traders, and you're watching the Coin Bureau Trading channel. So if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and then I want you to leave a comment down below with what you've taken away from this video in regards to Ethereum. I'm really curious to know what your thoughts on Ethereum are, because your sentiment helps me to understand where the market is leading toward. I have a pretty good feeling of where I think you guys are leaning on that, but let's get into the charts. Now, starting over here with the price action of Ethereum, we've seen a decent weekend. I mean, we saw a pretty rough Friday on my time because of all this FUD around the Bybit hack, $1.4 billion worth of Ethereum stolen. Yet, we see the price of Ethereum go up 3% on Saturday and then 2% on Sunday, going up about 7% over the weekend, which is unheard of. And it's starting to show signs of weakness right now, but honestly, the daily candle just opened 3 hours ago, so I can't really take too much stock in that. One of the reasons why it's stalling right here is because of this price point. Going back all the way over here, we saw the price of Ethereum drop on May 24th down to about $2,800. And again, right here, July, again down to 2,800. Resistance right here at 2,800. So this is a pretty significant level. If we look at the dump, we saw this massive drop on February 3rd where I wish I bought the Pico dip, but I did not buy the Pico dip. But it still fell down and it's recovered, and it's now starting to come back to this level. I am actually expecting Ethereum to push above this level, but it's not just this one level. It's more about this range. This range between about $2,700 to $2,900 has been difficult for Ethereum to push above. Why? Because it's not just this one single price point. It's all this business between $2,700 and $3,000. And it's actually better exemplified with this short-term resistance and support level. So we saw Ethereum drop all the way down here to $2,100. It has since bottomed out and it's starting to show signs of strength. Now, the next challenge for Ethereum is not just to go up above this measly little line of $2,800. What is it going to do when it gets close to 3,000? Because that's a lot of zeros, 3, 0, 0, 0. Usually the market does not react positively when we come to those levels. Case in point right here. We have a pierce of that level. That's a serious little task right there. That's a big deal right there. And we saw January the 27th, we saw Ethereum have a low that day of 30.20. And then, of course, it broke it on the 2nd of February, and then it dumped a lot further. So this level of $3,000, I do believe will be significant for Ethereum to break above. However, more significant than that, it has this short-term, kind of mid-term resistance level that it has to break above. And we saw a kind of test here, big pierce here on the 31st of January, test here, and we haven't come anywhere close to this level since. I do think it's going to take some time, but eventually we're going to see Ethereum come up here to about 29.55, and then it's going to probably respect resistance. Again, when we see a line like this of resistance matching up with price-based resistance, that's kind of like a perfect confluence of resistance. That's not really what we want to see. But there are bullish signs behind the scenes that we need to pay attention to. For one, daily RSI looks great. We had our RSI reset 3 weeks ago. We broke above overhead resistance, and actually daily RSI for Ethereum broke and pushed above these two significant resistance levels right here. It went up as high as, 60.46. That's fantastic. Now, we have seen pretty much just chop city from on-balance volume going up and down because it reflects basically all the red and green candles that we're seeing here. It looks like a Christmas tree. What we need to see is a lot of green pushing it up higher and higher, and that will change the trajectory of on-balance volume. But there's something else that's happening, not with support, not with resistance, not with on-balance volume. It's actually happening with the TBO. This is the first time we've seen the price of Ethereum close inside of the TBO cloud, this mass right here, since it fell from it back over here on February 2nd. It's a great sign. It's actually reclaiming lost ground. The other thing that's really good is that the slow line right here is still gradually moving up and up, which is a good sign that we should see the price not just go back up here to the top of the slow line at $3,075, but go up a lot higher. There was a gross panic FUD event that pushed the price way lower than it should have gone. And now the price is readjusting and then it's starting to come back up, but it gets better. TBT bullish divergence signals have been printed on this chart last week on Monday and then on Wednesday, but on Saturday we got a cluster. This cluster right here is essentially the same thing as these guys, but it's letting us know when two or more of these signals have printed in a very tight range, hence a cluster. This is actually a really, really good and bullish reversal signal for Ethereum that I'm really excited about. Now, it's going to take some time to see it come to fruition. Oh, and by the way, these are the inverse. These are bearish divergence signals, which were spot on for calling the top of Ethereum. So this is why I'm also getting really excited about these signals. Oh, and by the way, I didn't queue up the video yet, but I want to show you something over here. There we go. Yes. Okay, perfect. I needed to do this. Oh, nope. It's this. Oh, you guys are too patient. Sorry. Over here, in the description of the video down below, make sure to take advantage of the different offers that we have, either for signing up for exchanges or joining the Coin Bureau Club. There are also lots of deals that they have available on their website. Go ahead and save, whether it's on a subscription to a service or a product or an exchange, all that fun stuff, okay? So this is where you click on it. This is where you sign up to save some moolah. Now let's go back. There's something else that's happening over here, though, with the price. Now, on the weekly time frame, it's been ridiculously oversold, and now we're finally starting to see things reverse. We're finally starting to see things bottom out for weekly RSI, which is a great sign. But on-balance volume still admittedly looks very, very, very bearish. On the 4-hour time frame, we're not seeing anything super duper bullish until we see on-balance volume reclaim this level of 14.25 million, and it has a long way to go. But because we have all of this bullish buying, I do believe this is our roaring kitty moment where we actually could see this historical short position against Ethereum get reversed. And I'm talking about this liquidation heat map over here on CoinGlass. I'm going to say Glassnode. Get them mixed up all the time. Right now, we're looking at $1.13 billion in open leverage and liquidation leverage, actually, at 28.75, literally just inches above our current price. And it just keeps going. There's literally from here all the way up here, there's probably about $50 billion worth of liquidation leverage on the table, from about $2,800 to about $4,200. Now, this is not just some little small walk in the park. That's going to be a massive, massive increase for Ethereum. Do not think, oh, it'll be so easy for Ethereum to do that. This is the same chart we've been watching just chop literally sideways, making crabs embarrassed of how well it's crab walking back and forth. $4,200 is a 53% increase from our current price. Is it possible? Yes. And the more bullish buying that we see from, of course, if we see from Bybit and other entities, other exchanges buying Ethereum against all odds, it will put pressure on all these liquid, or rather all these short sellers and this historical short selling cabal, I guess you could say, that's trying to push down the price of Ethereum. Now, personally, I'm still holding on to my Ethereum position. I haven't changed it. I'm only marginally in profit of like 2.2% or something, but I am expecting Ethereum to have a comeback rally. It's almost like the underdog story. And that's how I'm pretty much approaching this right now. Because when we look at all the sentiment against Ethereum, the odds are very much set against it. However, I kind of like playing against where sentiment is, and everyone seems bearish, and that's why I am buying. So what do? Well, I am looking at this current level about 28.50 as very significant resistance, but really I'm watching what's going to happen when the price of Ethereum goes up closer to $3,000. I am expecting it to hit it and to fall back down, but then to eventually overcome that overhead resistance level. But it's not going to be really, really easy. Again, there's $50 billion worth of open liquidation leverage from 2,800 all the way to 4,200. That $600 difference has so much against it, so much writing against it. But again, with the whole idea of this liquidation short squeeze scenario, like not CME, but the GameStop, like Roaring Kitty style short squeeze, I feel like that would be the ultimate comeback kid story. But a lot has to happen before then, okay? Now, I want to draw your attention to something else. After you watch this video, I really do still believe that we're in a bull market despite all of the garbage that we've been experiencing over the last 2 months, going almost on 3 months. But I do believe that this is still a bull market. I'm still buying the dip. I'm still trading. I'm still taking profits. And this video goes over a lot of those concepts. It's a long video, but there's a ton of content in that. And by the way, if you missed my video about buying Ethereum, yes, I'm still holding onto my position. And this is why I'm buying despite all of the FUD, despite all the craziness that's happening, okay? So watch those videos after this one. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.